Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Lark.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson.
Yeah.
We have a variety of reward tiers over there. Check it out. We've got all sorts of bonus content today. Later on, we're going to film Ask Steven Larson.
As I like to say, the award-winning Ask Steven Larson.
Oh, look at that. We just got a new member, Lecrum. Either Lecrum or Lecrum.
Oh, Brandon Lusala said, I bet Larson won't say hi to me. Hello, Brandon.
Whoa, wow. He just called you out, and then you called his bluff. We do have one new patron, Larson. The name is Alota Fascina. I think it's just a clever way of trying to say a lot of vagina.
Yeah.
That's not like profanity. That's a technical term.
Yeah, well, I know.
That's a scientific term. Anyway, you guys are so immature. It's awesome. Oh, man. Anyways. Lacrum says, I said it right the first time. Nice. Look at me, master of names.
Yes.
Anyways, it's Going In Raw. It's Friday.
Yeah.
So
that's about it.
It is what it is. Today is just chock full of non-news, man.
Kind of.
It's kind of. Some of it's kind of newsy.
But we get some potential marital bliss coming up in the future between the two top stars in WWE. Potential reconciliation between a former disgruntled employee and the company. Some injury news. And then maybe the NXT talent will start getting paid.
Some really good stuff.
Real money.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good news except for a former member of the Shield.
Yeah, he's got a boo-boo.
And I'm not talking about Seth Rollins. Now he's got himself. He's locked in. Well, everything changes now, Seth.
Yep.
Way to go. You see that DDP rib tape I put on him?
Yeah, I did. That was well done.
In really the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm very proud of it because nobody's mentioned it, so everybody just thinks it's real.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
He proposed to his bride-to-be.
They're like
in DDP rib tape.
Something's off here, but I can't quite tell what it is. Oh, he's got DDP.
He went swimming in the ocean with DDP rib tape.
DDP rib tape.
Protect those injured ribs. So let's get down to it. Yesterday, Becky Lynch, the man, tweeted a picture with a caption.
Yeah.
Leads many to believe, including ourselves, that they're engaged. So what she had to say, it's a picture her, Seth, next to each other on a rocky shore.
Yeah.
She has her hand. There's a ring on this finger. Traditionally, a ring right here means you're engaged.
Yeah.
This is the caption with picture. Happiest day of my life for the rest of my life. Becky is for life.
So is she saying this is happier than main eventing WrestleMania?
Maybe she's now stuck in some Groundhog's Day thing. So she's saying her and Seth are stuck in that moment perpetually.
Oh no, it's some sort of rift in the space-time continuum.
It's like Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Or
let's see how long she thinks this is the happiest day of her life if she has to live that moment perpetually.
With Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
that Enterprise, the one where they keeps on blowing up over and over again.
Yeah.
What a nightmare that is.
That would be an absolute nightmare. But seriously, congratulations.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
I think they've only been dating since February.
Man. That's
like November.
It was in November or February?
It has not been that long.
Man. It only took my parents like 6 months to get married. Like but that was back in like the 70s.
Yeah.
So he confirmed it just in May.
Yeah.
But it was probably before then.
Yeah, I thought February was
when the love union began.
I know he talked about it. Something we probably talked about on the show, but
I remember over Mania weekend is when the pictures sort of emerged.
Yeah.
And that's when I sort of first that is a good picture right there.
That is.
That one of them kissing. That's a good one. Hot action.
Apart from some awkwardness when they were forced to be an on-air couple.
That's gonna jump up another level.
Yeah, that's my worry too.
Yeah.
They
hope
seem
they
to be a happy couple. Best of luck to them.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's good. It's good stuff. Probably won't last.
Wow.
But hopefully it does. Well, I mean, just by the odds are, I think, against. Or have divorce rates gone down lately?
I don't know. I don't
I feel like they have because I think less people are getting married.
That could
They
be.
don't realize that it's a sham.
So long as they don't have to in any way put their relationship out there publicly, whether it be in front of WB cameras or worse yet, they force them to do some sort of reality show.
Yeah.
The odds I would think would more so be in their favor.
Yeah.
If you're forced to put your relationship out there publicly in front of cameras for all the world to see, the odds aren't very good it's going to be successful.
You know who they should talk to? Miz and Maurice.
Yeah.
They're a lovely couple. They've been together for a long time.
They needed, after season 3 of this reality show, to stop doing it.
Maybe they have a blast doing it. If they really enjoy it, then keep on doing it. But it ain't for everybody. Look at the Grizzlies. Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, their marriage, I guess, seems fine. It's just their tax issue is what's the real problem.
I've seen a couple episodes of that. I think
Not fine.
I think the entire Grizzly Empire is a sham, to be honest with
It's
you.
entirely possible.
I think it is.
It's all for cameras.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, when
It just takes out loans to live a lavish lifestyle. The Grizzlies.
Nick Lachey
Allegedly.
and Jessica Simpson, their marriage fell apart because they were on that reality show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
know.
Sham Central right there, man.
And then they're probably not the lone example of that.
I wonder if because the Miz and Maurice have basically come up in an industry where the spotlight's always on you, there's always cameras on you, and the lines between reality and
Are always kind of fuzzy, yes.
You have to draw very distinct lines between of reality, given the pro wrestling industry is all based in fantasy, basically. So that might have prepared them.
Oh, entirely possible.
To take that leap into reality. That's
They're
like
totally
second nature.
blurring the line between real and fake.
Yeah.
Reality and narrative.
This is interesting here in chat. St. Nelson says, my girlfriend's husband. Okay, hold on a second. Wait. My girlfriend's husband is engaged
To my future ex-wife.
I don't know what that means, man.
He's making a joke.
He's making a joke about himself, yeah.
Making a joke.
But the girlfriend's husband thing, that doesn't make any sense.
My girlfriend's husband is engaged to my future ex-wife. He's the girlfriend's husband.
Yeah, but that didn't make any sense. Because, it's not really, it's your wife. You say your wife's husband, that'd be you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now you're just making it seem salacious.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Oh my God, is
that's
this
the idea.
true? Waymaker said, I impregnated my girlfriend within 2 weeks. 5 years later, still not married. Oh, that's the most Waymaker thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
He said 5 years later. Oh my God. Oh man. So yeah, good for them. That's good. That's good stuff.
Congratulations.
I just hope that going to the wrestling aspect of things, I just hope they don't this picture's gonna run on Raw. That picture.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully they do my DDP rib tape version.
I hope so. They grab the thumbnail and not the actual picture.
Yeah. But hopefully they just don't ram it down our throats on.
Oh, so yeah, Rollins told Sports Illustrated they started dating in February.
Okay.
They've been together 6 months.
Yeesh.
He knew.
Took me a year and a half to propose, and then it was like a year and a half after that. I think that we got married.
It took me about 7 years.
Yeah. Woo.
And then 7 months later, we were married.
Yeah. Man, oh man, all the different for everybody.
Yeah.
My parents still together. They're happy.
Yeah.
They got married like hella quick.
Yeah, I don't think my parents dated very long before they got married.
That's how they did it back then. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
A long time ago.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Let's talk about some less happy news for another former Shield member, that being the man formerly known as Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, of course. He just got through the G1 tournament.
Death Rider.
And according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Wrestling Observer himself, Dave Meltzer, he is now dealing with injury, is what he had to say. Quote, John Moxley has some kind of elbow injury. It may be an infection he got in Japan. He worked shows this weekend for Northeast Wrestling. With the exception of the 8/16 show in Poughkeepsie, his singles bouts were made tags. He pretty much insisted on doing a singles match with Pentagon Jr., because why wouldn't you? And was very careful not to bump on the elbow. No mention here of which elbow it was. I think it was his right arm that he had the triceps injury.
Yeah, okay.
That forced him out for like almost a year. And part of that was an infection that developed in there post surgery.
Yeah.
So I guess the real worry would be another infection on the same arm in roughly the same region. Like, did they not were they not able to go and clean it out? So I think he had to
Yeah.
have surgery to clean out the infection. Did they have any issues cleaning out the infection? Did a little bit remain? Is it coming back due to trauma on it? Who knows? But I guess the real worry is this going to be an ongoing thing for him?
Well, yeah, we're about 6 weeks away from the launch of AEW on TNT. He, I think, is scheduled for at least the first 4 episodes.
Well, he has a match against Kenny Omega at All Out, too, in a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right. That was the biggest one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the TV starts up. So, yeah, that's rough. He, like you said, he had that match with Pentagon Jr. Everything else has been tag matches. And he was very careful not to bump on that elbow. So, yeah, I mean, he's a tough cookie. He's Death Rider.
Yeah.
So he's a tough guy, but, some things you don't mess with.
Maybe Shooter can have his proxy in some of these bouts in the future.
I'd be down with that. I think it'd be great. I think Shooter's ready.
I think so, too.
I think he's ready, man.
I think so, too. I think
but he's ready to be Death Rider
if this is going to be an ongoing issue, so he'll have his match against Kenny at All Out. He'll get through that. But then there's about a month or so, a month and a week, 5 weeks or so before TV starts. I guess it's entirely possible, depending on the nature of the infection, to get it cleaned out, or if he's got if it's swollen or anything, get it drained or something.
What's the next big New Japan show that he would be participating in? Or I wonder if it's probably all AEW from here on out.
I think he's on the card. Is he on the card for Royal Quest? No, that's the same day as All Out. It'll probably be King of Pro Wrestling then.
That's like in
October.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, that's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
Yeah.
Because he's been on a hell of a run. Seems like he's having a great time.
Yeah, he seems like he's having a lot of fun. Do you think he texted Seth and said congratulations?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably, I would think. I don't know. There's been some chatter back and forth.
I wonder how much of that they chalk up to, this business.
Yeah, if you were talking like that about me, I probably would still text you if something good happened.
Not call, but text.
I don't like calling anybody,
Yeah, I don't
dude.
either.
I don't like, and plus I feel like the last couple of times I have actually called you for an emergency. Maybe not recently. Maybe with your previous phone, the reception was just really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
no,
usually
I just
also
text
I keep the ringer off on my phone. I
don't even try to keep the ringer off my phone. I can't. I never hear it go off.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I don't even have vibrate on most of the time. I want to be isolated from civilization.
Yeah. I want to be.
And I'll check the phone on my time.
I want to be on your own terms.
Yes.
The only terms any man knows, Larson.
Their own, exactly. Exactly.
Who knows what that's from? All right, Larson. Hey, we got some business to take care of here, man. Let's see. Get that going. There we go. All right. Before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon is a premium men's essentials brand that believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and a simple shopping experience.
Mack Weldon's underwear, socks, shirts, shorts, hoodies, and sweatpants will be the most comfy you will ever wear, and they have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial. You know what that means?
Yes, you told me the other day.
Do you remember?
It eliminates odor.
Eliminates odor.
Elimination. You see, Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they'll still offer you a refund, no questions asked.
I've been wearing Mack Weldon's Ace shorts almost nonstop since I got them. I actually have them on right now.
True.
They're perfect for lounging around the house, or if I'm wearing them when the clock strikes, gains the clock.
Heck yeah.
I can wear them to the gym, and they're great.
Buff Daddy. I got me some Mack Weldon stuff too. The underwear I got are super comfy, and the entire ordering process was easy, and everything was shipped directly to my door. And right now, friendos can get 20% off their first order by going to MackWeldon.com and using promo code GOINGINRAW. That's all one word, GOINGINRAW.
Again, that's 20% off your first order by going to MackWeldon.com and using promo code GOINGINRAW, all one word. Thanks to Mack Weldon for sponsoring today's show, and you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to MackWeldon.com and using promo code Going In Raw, all one word.
All right. There we go.
All right. So CM Punk's coming back to WWE. You excited, Steve?
No, he's not. This is actually really kind of an interesting story.
Best in the world.
So, Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Look in my eyes.
Nah, man. What do you see?
CM Punk on commentary.
Yeah, okay. So, this is from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and this is kind of shocking to me. He says, what we do know that is interesting is that CAA, which represents Punk, that's talent agency, and also represents WWE, has had an agent reach out to Fox head honchos about CM Punk as a co-host of the upcoming new Fox Sports 1 talk show. So if you guys recall, WWE had arranged a deal with Fox Sports 1 as part of the Fox deal to have like a studio show like This Week in WWE, I'm assuming.
Something like that, yeah,
right?
yeah. Because I guess there's something comparable for UFC.
Right, yeah, and they'll probably do like little mini documentaries.
Yeah,
on,
like news stories and stuff in between segments, yeah.
So the newsletter continues from a WWE standpoint. My gut is they'd hate the idea. He'd be working for Fox, not WWE. We're told there have been no negotiations at all regarding that. The impression is WWE wouldn't like it, but things change daily. It's only something Punk's agent brought up and not anything that it's clear Punk wanted, although he has seemingly been looking into commentary and he is doing lower level MMA commentary right now. Another person close to the situation noted that Punk could play the game correctly and get himself a great deal, and even though business comes before personal likes and dislikes with WWE, and should with AEW as well, Punk is in a situation where both sides on a personal basis don't like him.
I don't think AE has any personal beef with him.
Dude, this is coming from Meltzer, and he talks to those guys daily. I wonder if him putting them on blast for name-dropping him might have soured some freaking grapes over there, you know what I mean? That might be the case, because that sort of was interesting to me as well, but it wasn't necessarily surprising given that it was only like a month ago that he was saying, yeah, they keep on name-dropping me. Mm-hmm. People keep on asking me. That might have rubbed some people the wrong way.
That's entirely
possible.
possible.
I thought we were cool. Anyways, continuing on, another person from WWE noted that Punk is not what he once was. When he came in, Punk's mental style of wrestling, like with Bryan, represented something new to WWE, and fans embrace it as a style they like as opposed to the existing style. But now his style is the existing style, being done by younger and better wrestlers. His biggest strength, of course, is his talking, but those in WWE insist there's nothing to those beliefs. It's interesting to me that he would have an agent who would reach out to Fox and say, would you guys be interested in CM Punk? I would think that Punk would be like beside himself. If I had an agent, I mean, we have like management representation.
Yeah, but if they did something without running it by us first.
Well, like it's not necessarily, it's not running it by us, but also, and I don't know if there's there probably is, but I don't know if there's like a situation where there's some other company or group that we've had issues with, legal problems with, left on bad terms.
Yeah.
And then they would go and say, hey, would you guys want Steven Larson to do this like tangential thing?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would be like, what is your problem? That makes me look like I'm asking you guys for work. I would be like, get out of here with that.
Yeah, if Punk's agent did it, but not at Punk's behest.
Right, that'd be weird.
But then again, I don't know what the dynamic is between Punk and his agent. Maybe his agent is the thing is, it's like Punk's like, just give me, if anything comes along and is concrete, because he seems very very keen on only hearing things that are concrete. Like when anybody from AEW would float like nebulous ideas and numbers past him, his response publicly has always been, well, no one ever sent me anything concrete. There was never an offer. Yeah. There's never a contract presented for me. He seems to be the type of guy who, unless there's something concrete on paper, don't bother him. That's what he has indicated publicly, sure. Yes. And it surprises me that, I don't know, man. It surprises me that it just seems very weird. It does seem weird if his agent's like, oh, okay, this could be a fit for my client. I'm looking out for what I think is the best interest of my clients. I'll do my due diligence and inquire. I'll just send out feelers, see if there's any interest whatsoever, before even bothering him about it. If Tony Khan was really interested in CM Punk and he put out like feelers or whatever, wouldn't he have done that? Like, it's very simple. So, for example, whenever we get like an email to our business email saying, hey, we'd like to be perhaps a sponsor of Going In Raw, first thing I do, I just send it along to our management company, to John. I'm like, hey, John, maybe, you know, see what these guys are, see if they're real or not. Wouldn't CM Punk just be like, hey, Tony, thanks for the interest. Talk to my agent. Mm-hmm. And then the agent will then put together something formal. They'll figure something out, and then they'll get back to him. Yeah, that's generally how it works. So I don't know what's going on. But I think pro wrestling is a little different. Pro wrestling is very different. Traditionally speaking, everything. I mean, I don't think it's terribly common. I think a lot of wrestlers have agents or managers or some sort of representation to handle the legalities of working out these deals, which I'm sure go in more depth than contracts ever did in pro wrestling. But I wouldn't be surprised in some instances, especially outside of WWE, things are still done on a handshake basis.
Oh, sure, yeah,
you know?
absolutely. We've heard that about like Dolph and Vince. You
Yeah.
know, have a handshake.
I don't really buy that though, because the last time they said there was some sort of handshake deal in place, it was obviously not true because he's on TV this week.
Yeah, I know, that's true. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all weird. That whole premise is weird. That his agent would reach out to Fox and say, "Hey, do you want to?" And seeing him do like a Fox Sports 1 studio show about the WWE, that's off-putting.
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem.
No, given everything that's happened, it seems weird.
It's very weird. That's
unless
like the last thing I want to
unless
see.
the idea is for Fox to bring him in to be the counter to whoever they hire to praise WWE. You got CM Punk right next to him. It's like a counterpoint type thing.
Yeah.
Where Punk's just there to blast him.
All sorts of shoot interview type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that could be
It's like,
too.
yeah, when they let me wrestle with a huge staph infection on my back.
Yeah.
When I took so many
Right.
I took so many Z-Packs
They
that
Z-packed me.
I crapped my pants in the middle of the ring.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? It is weird, but stranger things have happened in the world of pro wrestling, man.
Oh, absolutely. I just think that like if he were to come back, it'd be like to either wrestle or to be on camera or something like that. I mean, if he wants to do commentary, he seems very, very interested in MMA commentary.
Yeah.
Like that's what he seems really interested
Yeah.
in. Be bizarre to me. I mean, maybe that's his dry well, and maybe the agent just has a portfolio of clients, and it's not like necessarily a personal one-on-one thing. You know, It's like, oh, who's this CM Punk guy, former WWE superstar? Oh man, we've got a WWE studio show over
I
here.
should see if anything lines up.
I'm gonna reach out to them before reaching out to him. What are you doing? Don't you know there was a lawsuit? He hates those guys.
And then it gets out, and Punk's probably just, ugh. Gosh.
Gee whiz.
I mean, like it may seem to be a small detail, but I think it is actually pretty huge. That if anything were to ever come of this, Punk would not be working for WWE. He would be working for Fox.
Yeah,
and
sure.
yes, I know it's WWE programming. WWE would probably have some oversight on it, but it wouldn't be a situation where he's coming back working for Vince.
Yeah.
He's coming back working for Fox Sports guy.
Yeah, but it's still like that is, I mean, that's an important part of it, but it's just weird him talking about storylines and stuff.
Yeah, I can't imagine him talking about wrestling kayfabe.
Right? That's just
No.
weird. Which I'm kind of assuming, like, I'm sure the studio show is a mix of, like I said, short documentary type stuff. I mean, stuff that we've seen, that you see on the network, highly produced little documentary stuff, plus, maybe some recaps. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that in, the UFC studio show, did you ever see it? Do you know anything about it? I don't know if they had like recaps or if it was all just sort of personality based.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't expect anything to come of it. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm sure now that this news is out there, Punk's like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. It's like he's trying just to move on with his life.
I know, man.
And
I
he's
never
got
thought.
the ghost of pro wrestling haunting him.
I know.
Regardless of what he does or where he goes.
I know, man.
He does, like the StarCast thing seems to be like his one annual thing he does. He does one signing a year, he says. Mm-hmm. That's it, just to keep in touch with his fan base.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's good for him to keep in touch with his fan base and keep that connection. Should he ever want to do anything in the future?
Well, he has like a huge cash infusion once a year,
Exactly.
via his pro wrestling career. And then at the same time, he gets to keep in contact with his fans. He gets to give back to them a little bit. There seems to be a demand for it, and that's probably good.
Totally.
But,
totally. It's just, we're going to hear all these weird Punk stories about people trying to hire him to do wrestling stuff.
I know.
Probably, I don't know until when.
That poor guy. I feel so bad for him. Never thought I'd say that. I feel bad for CM Punk. Everybody's just, trying to use that name and
Just let him move on.
let him move on, man.
Let him move on.
Let him do his own
He
thing.
seems happy doing the commentary.
He
He still does his training.
He should get into comic books.
He has done comic books
He's
before.
done comic books, but he said that if he were to do another one, it'd be like an independent thing. He needs to reach out to me, and I'll help him out a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know crap about the current comic book industry, man. Don't reach out to me.
Yeah, don't reach out. Well, I mean, you can reach out to Steve
And then you know what I'll do?
because we can try to get a shoot interview out of him.
Exactly. But like, he's like, hey man, I heard that you're into indie comics and you might we might be able to collaborate. Yeah, that's great. Hey, could you do an intro for my show? Yeah, what's your show? Is it about comic books? It's about pro wrestling.
Yeah. So I know you're interested in indie comics. So what about indie wrestling? You interested in that? Why are you asking about that? This is comic books. Well, I mean, there's similarities in the industry. Just curious. You have wrestled before. You want to get into comic books. I do comic books. I might be a little interested in wrestling.
Can we just reach out to Punk's representative over there and be like, give him a firm offer?
What would that be?
I don't know, like a publishing deal, comic books.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, but then also part of the deal, it's a package deal. So
Yeah.
that's where you bundle a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. No, I know
Part
the
of it
package
is
is.
he does pay-per-views with us.
Okay.
So like he comes in and does reactions.
Okay, that's good. His payment for that though is consulting services for getting
Yeah,
his
right,
comic
yeah,
book business started.
Well, we can give him like 15% of super chats.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Anyways, that's silly. But before we continue, Larson, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped. Have you ever been in a situation where your lover has gone down to your front area only to find out that, oh, man, what a mess. It's just a dense grove of bush no man or woman would ever want to wade into.
Well, we're here to tell you that messy doesn't have to be normal thanks to Manscaped. This is a
right.
shoot here, Steve.
Yeah.
There have been several instances where I've been trying to groom my nether region.
Oh, what a
I would
mess.
come away with it with bits of ball flesh stuck to the teeth of harsh trimmers
Jesus, man.
that don't keep in mind the health and well-being of my ball skin. But I'm here to tell you that Manscaped has totally changed the game.
Correct, friendo. Manscaped has completely redesigned the electric trimmer with their Lawnmower 2.0, which has proprietary tech that keeps your ball skin safe from cuts and snags.
But that's not all. Manscaped also has crop preserver and anti-chafing deodorant and moisturizer for your man bits. We all keep our underarm odor in check with deodorant, so why not do the same with your man zone to keep it smelling clean as a dream?
Right now, friendos can get 20% off and free shipping and a free travel bag by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. Use the right tools to keep your ball skin safe. Trust me, they will thank you.
As will your lover when he or she goes down to your hog pen and sees and smells it's free of slop. No one likes messy junk. Again, get 20% off, free shipping, and a free travel bag by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR.
Thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show, and you're really helping out Going In Raw and your ball skin by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. I didn't know you put slop in there.
Oh,
That's funny. That's good stuff. Anyways, yeah, thanks to Manscaped.
thank you very much, Manscaped. So NXT going to USA has kind of been a huge deal of late. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the wrestling news. No?
No, not my job.
No.
It's my job.
So I'll fill you in.
Okay.
NXT is not going to Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
CM Punk is.
Apparently Fox is mad at Vince, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Because NXT is not going there. NXT is going to USA Network Wednesday nights 8 to 10. Live now every week from Full Sail University.
True.
For anywhere between $30 and $70 million annually for 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
The contract terms haven't been made public, so we don't know the exact rumor and innuendo all over the place.
I don't deal in rumor.
So I
and
can't chat you
innuendo.
up about details, but this is what Wrestling Observer himself, Dave Meltzer, had to say about the monetary contractual status of NXT superstars. Will they be seeing more money? That's what he had to say. What does that mean for the contracts of NXT's top people, which are minuscule compared to the top stars of Raw or SmackDown? The belief is that at least the top-tier NXT talent will have new contracts at closer to main roster figures than current developmental figures. For talent on the way, in that we're usually starting anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000. In the past, WB could go get most of who they wanted at that price, except those who wanted to stay independent or work Ring of Honor. Aside from established stars who start at a higher price point, WWE is likely to raise offers because whether it be people whose Ring of Honor contracts end or top independent stars, AEW is offering low six figures to those who are interested in for an easier schedule and probably better chances to be featured faster. While not confirmed, the word going around is that all developmental deals are going to be changed to main roster deals shortly. One would think that WWE would up the scale for new signees to prevent the next hot talent from going to AEW, but also hasn't happened yet, but it does figure to be the next logical step as this plays out. Good. If NXT is making more money, it stands to reason the talent should be making more money.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's great. That's
and
awesome.
if Adam Cole is making $100,000 right now, he's wearing that belt.
Yeah.
He should be making whatever Seth Rollins is.
Oh, that's kind of ridiculous. That's a bit much, isn't it? If NXT, I tell you what, though, man.
Finn Balor money then.
Yeah. I don't see any problem with that. It should be. If NXT ends up like doing some serious damage in the ratings, like if they, I'm not damage, but if they are even competitive while they're on SmackDown, then absolutely. If they take them out of Full Sail after like 6 months and start like a touring brand, same as Raw and SmackDown, then absolutely, absolutely,
all the money.
There is still the element of NXT. I think they're still going to have like a much lighter travel schedule.
Yeah, and I can't remember where I read somewhere this week that WWE was considering like really scaling back the house show schedule. Like really scaling it back.
That's a huge selling point. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy to me. Like it's crazy to me. Wouldn't they make themselves like an instant wannabe, like a destination location, if they just did the health insurance thing?
If they did health insurance and cut back on the house show dates,
like who wouldn't want to do that? Like who wouldn't want to do that? Because at some point, like even AEW's roster is going to be like, he mentions here, the promise of being featured probably sooner. And yeah, I totally get that, because with NXT, I mean, depending on who it is, like if they sign, I mean, God, there's nobody on the independent circuit right now, but if they sign somebody with the name recognition of like a Joey Ryan, he's like the last guy in the independent scene who like has like big name recognition.
Yeah.
For the most part. If they sign that level name, they're going to be featured pretty quickly on NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, if all the people that just got signed up to the Performance Center, like, I mean, Austin Theory, nobody really outside of, I mean, people know who he is, but I'm not sure how quickly he would be featured. Santana Garrett, I'm not sure how quickly she would be featured. The other people that were signed, I have never even heard of, and they're not going to be featured at all.
Well, they didn't have independent wrestling background.
They're all strictly developmental. It's going to take them years.
Yeah.
So that's totally true. At AEW would never take those people, though. That's the thing.
The developmental talents.
The developmental talents.
No.
But Austin Theory, Santana Garrett, of course they would take them.
Yeah.
They're
consider
established.
it at least. Yeah.
Of course. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that they would raise the price tag for the payout for the developmental talents. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's really a reason to do that.
Well, just I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because they can.
Because they can. If they have that, I mean, yeah, maybe it's just a more desirable location for potential people coming from the world of sports.
Yeah.
To land there.
Rather than them.
Makes you more legitimate, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Rather than have them go to some other wrestling school and eventually find their way to the competition.
I mean, dude, look, if nothing else, AEW seems to be like making WWE get their ship a bit more in order, get their business going better.
Yep. Also from the newsletter, this is as far as how NXT creatives can be handled now in USA. Meltzer backtracking a bit. Because at first he was speculating, both he and Alvarez, that Vince and Kevin Dunn were going to be hands-on with NXT.
They would have to.
They would have to. Well, they was on network. It would have to be. So what he said, quote, the story going around is that NXT will continue its same path, and Paul Levesque in charge, and no Vince McMahon and no Kevin Dunn. Triple H.
Oh, yeah, that's his real name.
And as long as ratings are good, while it's Vince's company, his directions and suggestions will happen. He'll probably be mostly hands-off. He hardly has the time now, and certainly won't come January with the launch of the XFL. So that's positive news.
Yeah, that's great. That's good stuff.
Now they've got to publicly name Triple H Executive Director of NXT.
Do that, man.
They do.
No,
they do.
That. Look, here's the thing. The people who care about that stuff are the same people who read this or watch this show. So we've done that. We've told them now everything's going to be okay. There's no need for WWE.
No public pronouncement.
Here's the problem with that, though. The problem with that is if the ratings just tank for the first 3 months,
then people are like,
that's going to change.
Magic's gone with Triple H.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
I don't think they're going to tank. I think they're going to be pretty steady.
I hope they are. I'm just saying. I could see why they wouldn't do that. I mean, dude, come on. And on top of that, the bigger thing, they announced Bischoff as executive director. What does that even mean? Where has he been? So right now, that title kind of means a whole lot of nothing.
I was just being sarcastic about Triple H being named executive director at this point.
Oh, I don't know. You seemed serious about it like a couple days ago when you mentioned it.
Oh, I was serious, but then this came out.
You can't be changing up. You're not Dave Meltzer. You can't be changing your story overnight.
No, because I'm not Dave Meltzer. I can't.
You're not Dave Story, but he did.
Yeah, I know, but I guess his based on information. Mine is just due to my whims.
I think I only had like 1 cup of coffee today, man.
Really? I had 2.
Maybe I had 2. I don't know why. I feel like I've only had 1. I even slept in this morning.
Lucky you.
I was up late last night. I played the NBA 2K20 demo. I made my face scan.
Can you do the face scan and make it in like Robin Stevens status, or they kind of did it so you can't?
No, this is what they do. They default it to just make it a dude that doesn't look anything like you.
But then if you scan, you can't do anything all messed up looking anymore, right?
No. it just tells you error code.
That's funny because they really embraced it that first time around.
But then I bet somebody up top was like,
This makes the game look bad.
Yeah. But I thought it made the game look amazing.
It was amazing.
I know. We should really finish out. Was there a story? Yeah, there was a story for Robin Stevens. We didn't really finish that story out, man.
His story is shooting 3-pointers.
Locker room cancer, shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Ball hog.
Yeah.
Shooting threes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Who's his sponsor? New Balance?
No.
He heard how much Kawhi was getting.
Is LA Gear still around?
Or, yeah.
British Knights?
British Knights. That was the other. BK.
Yeah.
There you go.
British Knights.
He's like, British Knights.
There you go.
That guy was all about light profanity.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
Because that was the one where we could just curse at the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And we'd get teed up.
Yeah.
Left and right.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
UBS.
You light profanity.
Oh, we got mail, Steve.
Oh man, yeah, we got mail. Draft House Games, we've talked about them before.
Oh, amazing.
They've been amazing supporters.
Absolutely amazing.
Terrific supporters of Going In Raw for quite a while now. They
There's
sent us a big old package.
Huge box. And Steve says it's heavy. I haven't got to lift it yet. Oh my gosh. I have keys. Well, don't stab it too hard. I want to sit here.
I watched another episode of Mindhunter last night.
Yeah.
They interviewed Berkowitz. They got this guy to look really creepily like Berkowitz.
Really?
Yeah. They, like prosthetic him up.
I'll have to check it. Should start or finish season 1.
Heck yeah, man, it's good stuff.
It's a lot of bubble wrap.
Whoa! Oh man, watch the smile come across my face. Holy crap!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Do they seriously do this? That's insane. It appears that Draft House Games has hooked us up with literally every copy of the WWE comic book.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at this! Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
That's
I
really
did
loud.
not think that was going to be that loud. Oh god.
Here, grab the box.
You got it.
We got our very own ring bell.
We have a ring bell. A belt. Yeah. Oh my god.
Man, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Jeez, look at this. Every single episode. Every single issue, rather. Yeah, I'll have to edit. I'm going to edit the audio on that one. Look at this. Every issue. This is crazy.
That's so cool. Thank you so much.
Oh man, did I really just hurt everybody? I did not think it was going to be that loud.
It's a ring bell. Here, I'll hit Steve with it.
Here you go.
Thank you so much, Draft House Games.
Man,
Absolutely amazing.
That is so unbelievably
Absolutely amazing.
nice.
That's so cool.
That's so cool, man.
We got some reading to do this weekend,
I'm so
Steve.
excited. You have no. I'm so excited about this. That's so cool. Man, we got to get our manager to get us a gig writing for the Boom Studios.
That'd be cool.
WWE stuff.
That'd be super cool.
That'd be rad.
Here, we're gonna put these over there too. Man, there's a lot of them.
I know. Very prolific. Look at this.
Oh man, that's so cool.
I know.
All right, I'll start asking some questions.
All right.
Michael Carlson, when did you know that you wanted to propose? For me, it was kind of had the work situation settled. We had moved back up here from LA.
Yeah.
Work situation seemed pretty much settled. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I finally felt like I was in a position to do that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I don't know. I think it was just once I realized that I didn't want to be with anybody else, I was like, man, I really don't want to live without my wife or my girlfriend. I was like, I knew that was it. I was like, I never really felt like I wanted to grow old with somebody. And once I knew that, I was like, okay, cool. Let me get some money together and get a ring. Mm-hmm. So that's what it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's answer some questions.
Dylan. Late happy birthday, Larson. Thank you very much, Dylan. He also asks, doubtful Punk will return with Triple H in charge.
I don't know.
It's stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, here's the thing about Triple H. It was doubtful that Bruno was going to return into the family, and Triple H can be very good at diplomacy. It wouldn't surprise me if one lesson that Triple H has learned from Vince is that business should always be number one priority over like any weird personal beef.
Yeah, I mean, by all accounts, he
how many chances did he give the Warrior?
I know. If Triple H was the one that got the Warrior to come back for his Hall of Fame induction too.
Yeah.
DKC returns, power rank going in Raw hosts. So the options are you and I, Cal Jack, Luchando, Mayhem.
Okay, well, we know who's last. By the way, is that going to be on our Twitch channel?
Yeah, we're gonna host the stream of the PWS show tonight, the H title match.
H title's on the line. Simon Miller is challenging for it. Baloney Fit, Adam Mayhem.
Adam Mayhem. That happens. The show starts at 11 p.m. Pacific tonight, Friday night.
Yeah, which means it'll
be 2 a.m. Eastern.
Correct.
And then
early morning,
7 a.m. Brexit time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna co-host it. I'll put the link up later tonight. It's all set up, so hopefully it'll do it.
All right. Tim here points out that he's co-hosted too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Tim, Cal. This is no order right here. Mayhem, Luchando, Steve, Larson, Dan.
Yes.
James.
James, yeah.
Am I missing anybody? Cal, Mayhem, Tim, Dan, James, Steve Larson. All right.
Can't think of any other guests we've had in a podcast format. No.
We'll do this. Mayhem's last. Because he sucked a lot of your money, and he's generally just a terrible person. I mean, did you see his behavior? Did you watch any of the video from the press conference? Did you see that behavior? Man, that guy's the worst person I know, literally, or have ever even heard of.
That's saying quite a bit there.
I would put Cal number one.
Yeah, I would too.
Number one, Cal. Number two, I would put Tim.
Yeah, Tim was really good.
Because Tim was like helping us a lot.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, hey, you want to come up on stage? And he like was perfect. He was great.
Yeah.
So Tim's number two. I will say, okay, second to last is Luchando.
Of course, yes.
Because, I mean, it's Hilton. I can't give him credit for anything.
Yeah, it's Luchando, of course.
Yeah.
James 3.
Oh, yeah, James 3. And then you and I are 4A
right in the middle,
and 4B.
Right in the middle.
Steve.
It's pretty amazing we've managed to make a living doing this.
It's absolutely crazy. So you see the big gulf here between 1 and 4A and 1 and 4B, and then all the way down here is Luchando and Adam Mayhem.
Well, I kind of feel like there should be a gap, Luchando, and then a larger.
Oh, a much bigger gap here.
A veritable chasm.
A gulf. Yeah, sure.
And then
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad we're on agreement on that one. Good.
Peen Man, officially going to my first TV taping. So happy AEW is coming to West Virginia. The first tag champs are supposed to be crowned, I think. Who y'all got to win?
The first tag team champions are going to be crowned. I would love to think they're going to do like an underdog story with Private Party. I think that'd be really cool.
Pretty cool.
So you have Best Friends.
Best Friends. I guess Dark Order is probably going to be in the thing. The Young Bucks will probably be in it. Maybe LAX if they debut.
I think it's got to be a face team. And I'm assuming Private Party is a face team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say it's either because I think that Jericho is going to be the first heavyweight champion. They don't have a mid title. So I think you need some balance there. Although I guess you can have some balance if Britt Baker is going to be their first women's champ, which is no guarantee. But I'm going to say...
I'm going to go Best Friends.
All right, I'll just say Private Party.
I don't feel great about that pick, but I'll say Best Friends.
I don't feel great about Private Party.
Private Party is awesome, though. Awesome.
Well, good. I've not seen any of their matches. Greg Morris. With the Becky Seth engagement announcement, what is the best wrestling wedding segment? he said he's going to go with either Macho Man and Elizabeth or Triple H abducting Stephanie. I'm going to say Kane and Lita. No. Daniel Bryan and
AJ
and AJ Lee.
Yeah,
that was wildly entertaining.
yeah, that was pretty entertaining.
So I'm going to go.
Yeah,
with.
I can't argue with that one.
Gigabyte. How awkward is the Britt Baker Adam Cole household now that they are pro wrestling's Romeo and Juliet?
That's just business. They seem to keep their business to business and worry about them.
Well, there is an element of you'd think there's an element of this is pro wrestling. Things are weird, you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder if you got a good one there? Okay.
Mr. Triple Mania delivered on a great question.
All right,
here.
good.
Can't wait.
You don't think there's any amount of because Adam Cole obviously knows NXT industry secrets, business secrets.
Yeah.
Britt Baker probably knows stuff
Yeah.
from AEW.
Yeah.
I tell my wife everything. I would find it very difficult.
So long as it stays in house, it's not a huge deal. I wouldn't think.
I don't
thing.
know what it's like. I'm just saying there's the potential for there to be awkward situations.
There could be, but here's the thing: Adam Cole is probably friends with Kenny, Cody, Young Bucks. I know he's friends with the Young Bucks.
That's true too. That's true.
And I wouldn't be surprised that if Britt knows a lot of WWE talents. So it's probably the situation where it's like, this is the way things played out in professional sense. We will respect the professional boundaries and focus on us.
If Adam Cole knew something that could potentially torpedo AEW.
No, because that means torpedoing his girlfriend's professional opportunities, and he wouldn't do that.
Just listen to you interrupted me. If he knew something that would torpedo. No, I'm saying he has information of some shenanigans that are going on at WWE that could torpedo AEW. I'm just saying that's a tight spot because what you're saying is true.
Yeah, it's a tight
that
spot.
would torpedo her professional, but then maybe he'd be like, oh, but then she could be working with me. But like, how do you not tell your significant other? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is a tricky situation. Let's get to villain Alan Black. How much would you mark out if the Elite invaded NXT and Superkicked Undisputed Era? I mean, that'd be something
everybody
else.
would mark out. I would mark out if here's what I want to see on the first episode of NXT TV. 205 invades and they say we want our territory.
We're the
here.
best wrestling.
Yeah.
Epico Mondo, thank you very much.
Thank you, Epico.
Mr. Triple Mania, Juan Guerrero Jr. cast Star Trek Next Generation with only luchadors from AAA.
Okay, so Picard is obviously Dr. Wagner Jr.
Obviously.
Right? Yeah. Q would be Blue Demon Jr.
It's fair. That sounds
think.
good. Who'd be Riker?
So
Psycho Clown.
Psycho Clown.
Who would be Data? Oh, Aerostar.
That's good, Aerostar.
Worf.
That's good. Oh, what is his name? Taurus.
Yeah.
Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taurus for sure.
Dr. Crusher.
Who is the doctor? I mean, there is one doctor. It's Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah, I know.
But he's already Picard.
Yeah.
He's already Picard. Crusher would be Big Mommy.
Okay.
She seems like a nurturing type.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
And then who's Geordie LaForge, Engineer Supreme?
I mean, Aerostar could be head of engineering too. The way he takes flight.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Blake Elizondo, who left in the King of the Ring tournament, could go the farthest with the King gimmick.
Oh, it's Baron Corbin, man.
Nobody would care though. He would do everything you could with it, but nobody would care.
That'd be entertaining though. Nate Cunningham just bought my tickets to the debut of SmackDown on Fox. If you could each pick one thing to happen on the episode, what would it be? For me, for Nate, it'd be the surprise return of The Rock.
Wasn't there rumors that they were trying to get him to show up for that? I'm going to say Brock annihilating Kofi Kingston. I want something shocking to happen that leaves the fans just stunned and shocked, and there's great reactions of children crying.
Brock would kind of have to be on the first episode. Lord Ziffer, what is next for Moxley after he beats Kenny tomorrow night? It's a week from tomorrow. It's 31st. But you got to think Mox is going to beat Kenny, right?
Well, Mox was left standing over Kenny. And Kenny is going to be challenging for that heavyweight
At
title.
some point.
So, I mean, you would think that he would win, but man, I don't know.
You know, they could do.
I feel like Mox could afford the loss more than Kenny.
What they could do is have Mox beat him here instead of Kenny being next in line for that title. Have it be Mox.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that beats Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back around.
That could be.
Like do the story of where Kenny has to beat Jericho again to get the title shot, and then he beats Mox.
That could be cool. That could be neat. It'll be interesting to see. So that's a week from tomorrow. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Eddie Diltz. I really enjoyed the 205 commentary team. Who's a roster member like Aiden English who's doing nothing and could benefit from a move to commentary?
So who's doing nothing?
I would say Sami Zayn, but
he
still seemed like he has.
Yeah,
assuming his
he's
shoulders
he's
are
still
all right.
doing a lot of stuff.
Assuming his shoulders are fine, still has a long career as a wrestler in front of him. But I think he would be really good on commentary.
I'm not sure about Bob Roode. Bob Roode, maybe. Bob Roode. I mean, I know he seems very sort of stiff sometimes, but I think that he could. He's probably got a
What
good.
about Eric Young? Imagine if he was on commentary.
I have no idea what that would be like. That could be really weird.
He's got a great voice, though.
Wow, look at that punch.
I mean, he's just been around forever. I just feel like he'd probably add some interesting insight.
He would, yeah. He's got a very distinct voice too.
Or Mickey James, a veteran in the industry.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
She's a good talker.
Let's see here. I've already answered that. Stuart Lee, just got my ticket to All Elite in Pittsburgh. Do you think Britt Baker will be women's AEW champ by the time the 4th episode is on her home turf? They're crowning the AEW women's champ on the 2nd episode? Or is it the 1st?
First in
So,
DC.
I don't know. I like deep down, I really wish. I have no idea what her contract is like with AEW, but I really want Awesome Kong to be their first champ. I think it'd be terrific.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be so terrific.
Church Jackson, please, for the love of God, what does FPOS mean?
Oh, it means fat piece of light profanity.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to an in-joke. So when Adam Cole had rib tape on during a takeover, I think it was like War Games or something, Chuck Taylor sent a tweet to Excalibur saying, "Hey, Excalibur, look at that fat piece of light profanity, Adam Cole with his DDP rib tape trying to hide his gut."
And that goes back, of course, to Chuck Taylor doing commentary to PWG show.
Yes.
Saying, oh, here's Adam Cole. Sadly, he's not going by his given name, fat piece of light profanity.
Yeah. And so that's endlessly amusing to me. And it's hilarious that the gag is anybody wearing rib tape is an FPOS. Yeah. And Seth has been wearing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
And so it's absurd to think that Seth Rollins is fat, number one, which adds humor to it. And it's just the term fat piece of light profanity is hilarious to me. It's just a funny way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
Look at that fat piece of,
Chuck Taylor would go on and on with Adam Cole at PWG matches when he was doing commentary. He did a suicide dive once. He's like, wow, I'm surprised he got through the ropes.
Yeah, right. It's like Adam Cole had put on a modicum of extra weight because he had an injury.
Yeah.
So he couldn't exercise as much. It's funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
Let's see here. Let's take one more question here. Oh, let me go to the Discord.
Oh, Discord, yeah.
Let's see if the Discord stepped up their game today and has any good questions here. Oh, plenty of questions here. I see a lot of Cody Miles. Let's see here. What is this? Oh, WWE's community tab confirmed it. All right. The engagement. Jimmy Thomas says, I guess we know what main event's WrestleMania next year.
Becky versus Seth?
Divorce on a pole match. Pat McAfee on a pole match. And you're just there forever. The match never stops.
The match never ends.
You're just there forever. You can't say anything.
You can't say anything.
Let's see here. Oh, great. Okay, Cody Miles. This is a long one. You've just been approached by a multi-billionaire that wants to get in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
He will bankroll anything and helps you purchase Impact and the best wrestling TV deal possible. His one demand, it has to be live on Wednesday night. What do you do? He helps you purchase. I mean, I guess we
You
just
buy Impact, but then you also buy CZW.
Yeah.
You kick things off. Tournament of Death.
Oh, I love it. Are you all in on that? We have to watch the Tournament of Death, man.
I'll give it a try, man.
We got to do it.
I'll give it a try.
Are we allowed to like co-stream that? We should reach out to CZW and say, "Can we
Do they have
co-stream?"
a Twitch channel?
Probably not. Probably not. And they probably will. I think they still have a DVD business and like the streaming thing.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to buy.
That's how you separate yourself from AEW and NXT.
Yeah, exactly. Deathmatch, light tubes. All light tubes all the time. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yes.
Ask Stephen Larson will be up probably tomorrow, to be honest with you. We got Count Out coming up tomorrow. We're going to talk about King of the Ring there.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we got a great episode of Matt Chat.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Where is this?
That one.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.